Hi, at FamilyTreeWebinars.com, you'll learn strategies for finding your ancestors. Join us live every week for free classes from the world's finest genealogists, or browse through the catalog of more than 2,000 classes on everything genealogy. Here's just a few samples of our classes.
Everyone has brick wall problems. We have billions of records that are available to us at our desktop or on our phone, and yet we have these brick wall problems that we can't solve. And the one thing that I've learned the hard way across the years is that when we have these brick wall problems, success in smashing through those brick walls usually does not come from just finding another record. It comes from understanding how to use whatever it is that we were able to find. It's all about strategies.
If your internet speeds fluctuate throughout your home, like in the office next to the modem it's screaming fast, but head down to the basement or upstairs to the kids' bedroom and it crawls, then you need a Wi-Fi extender like Google Wi-Fi. My parents recently moved to Middleton where I live and have super fast internet. But I noticed it's only super fast on the side of the house where the modem is. It was still fast in the kitchen, but not quite as fast. And head down the hallway to Mom's new sewing room, and it was very slow. So we headed over to Best Buy and picked up this Google Wi-Fi 3-pack. And after the easy setup, the internet is now just as fast in every room throughout their house. Here's the before and after speeds. I don't know if this is typical for a 2,000 square foot house, but after installing Google Wi-Fi, the speeds throughout the house were identical and fast. Here's how it works. I plugged the first Google Wi-Fi device, or they call it a point, into the modem in this room.
But the good news is Jeff has tested his grandmother. So Virginia herself has taken a DNA test. So now instead of looking for someone's 4 times great-grandparent, we're able to look for someone's 2 times great-grandparent. And this makes all the difference. Finding someone's 2 times great-grandparent using autosomal DNA is a very actionable, realizable goal. And so this means we really can harness the power of autosomal DNA testing to learn more about John Williams and his parents. So that's the first step, is you have to test the right person. So if you today are,
In our battles against burned courthouses and other brick wall problems, there is no weapon as powerful as this neighborhood principle. It works everywhere with every kind of family. Applying it is not as quick as just going to the records and looking up names. So we've just seen what kind of folly we can get into if we just go look up a name and pull that one entry in isolation. Even when we go to the records and we find a name we're interested in, we still have to prove that it's our person. And as often as not, the record that carries that name won't actually solve our problem. Not until and unless we put our ancestor and the record into neighborhood context.
What's the SSDI and how can it be accessed? And are the records reliable for genealogy research? Well, Family Search Wiki has a great article. There's some controversy. There have been changes to access on the SSDI. What was happening is people were using them for income tax fraud. And so it was originally developed for fraud. If someone gave you a Social Security number, say they were applying for a loan, you could go against this database and verify that it actually was still a valid number, that the person hadn't been deceased. Right now, it only goes to 2014. And so that is basically, although I believe some services like Genealogy Bank may have it going later, and it explains the whole thing. And what it will show you is it will give you a death date and a birth date. Sometimes it'll give only the month and the year of the death date, the last residence. That's usually where they receive the payment, the check, okay? And also it explains why certain people were not in the SSDI. And the claims index. And so again, Family Search Wiki to the rescue. Thank you for that resource.
The other thing that MyHeritage give me is the age distribution. And this will be interesting because MyHeritage tells me who is the oldest living individual in my tree, as well as the youngest and the average life expectancy, or the who live the most or the least. And just because two are not enough, and well, I know better now, top 10 as this website, as this webinar, MyHeritage will also give you the top 10 individuals, 5 males and 5 females for the category you have selected. Marriages, well, who said that this will, the marriage will last forever, which I really believe and hope, but MyHeritage will give me a statistics of people married in my tree.
This will that he wrote for Simeon McMasters, and you see a picture of it there, it had one purpose. And if you are familiar with looking at wills from the 19th century, sometimes they can deal with everything from what to do with the children, what to do with the livestock, what to do with, my donations they want to make. Simeon McMasters' will, 2 pages, had one purpose: to free Aaron and Creasy. Now, it had a ideal situation and a backup situation, as I like to call it. The ideal situation was legal freedom, where he said in the will, I want the trustee friends, those 4 folks, to go through whatever needs to happen to get them legally emancipated. Now, that would, of course, require the bonds. As I said, it would require Aaron and Creasy to leave North Carolina after 90 days. But Simeon McMasters, and this is around 1834, he didn't know exactly how the laws were going to change. Maybe they were going to get looser. Maybe they were going to be stricter. That was the first goal, to legally free them.
Let's do a live demo now. At myheritage.com/incolor, click on the Upload Photo button. I'll select this family photo here and click Open. And a few seconds later, I'm seeing this photo for the first time ever in color. Things you can do from here: upload another photo, share the photo, or go to My Photos, or download the photos. Let's upload just one more. Amazing, isn't it? Let's go to My Photos. Become a webinar member and enjoy anytime, anywhere access to the entire webinar library, plus more than 7,500 pages of supplemental syllabus materials. A webinar viewer wrote, "Your webinars are the best instructional materials available to genealogists. I subscribe to every search provider, but count legacy and my webinar membership as the keys to successful genealogy." Be like Norm and visit FamilyTreeWebinars.com today.